Welcome everybody to the biggest party of the summer. Welcome to SummerSlam. We're live here in Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a packed crowd here, ready for the biggest event here on the channel. I am Mr. Rob, everybody. Hope you all are having a great weekend. Thank you all for those who are tuning in right now at the premiere. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. And we're going to start tonight's action off with 6 women tag match. 6 women from the Raw side of things will do battle for supremacy. And we're actually just getting breaking news. This actually will not be a 6-woman tag match. This will be a 3-on-2 handicap match. Becky Lynch has apparently been attacked backstage and is unable to compete for this matchup. So a big blow for her team as Bayley makes her way to the ring first. The former Raw Women's Champion, who earlier this month at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was unsuccessful against Bianca Belair in a submissions match in capturing that title, but she has not forgot about the championship, still has it as her #1 target, and she's hoping tonight she can score a win for her shortened team in order to get closer to that step. Her and Becky Lynch have actually had run-ins also with 2 of the other competitors on the other team, which we'll get to momentarily, but also now making her way to the ring, the other competitor of this 2-man group. It is Carmella, the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, a former SmackDown Women's Champion, and she also has been on the receiving end of matches against the Women's Champion in Bianca Belair. Carmella forms this team. And she's been pretty good the past couple of months. It's a little bit of a rough stretch since losing out at Hell in a Cell. Was also unsuccessful at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That's not stopping Carmella here tonight. She gets another chance to take down the top woman in Raw's women's division. And especially with a match like this, no clear challenger in sight, is a good statement to prove that you deserve a rematch for the top title. But as we know, a little bit of a handicap, yes, pun intended, situation for these two is they got to go up against 3 women on the other side of the team, starting off with the resident superhero Nikki ASH, who in the past couple of months has been trying to get back in the fans' good gracious, trying to woo her former tag team partner and Alexa Bliss back to her cause, and it seems like they are back on the same page. We'll see here tonight, though, as they also get a team with the Raw Women's Champion. But Nikki ASH has realized in the past she straight away is what got her to this point, and she's hoping to endear herself back to the WWE Universe. It's been a slow burn process, but it seems like they're starting to accept Nikki ASH as one of the good guys in her superhero story. She just still wants to be a role model for all those young kids, all those young girls out there. As here comes her tag team partner in Alexa Bliss. Hold on a second. I hear the music. Well, look at this. Look at this surprise. It's the old Alexa Bliss has returned. No more Dark Side of Bliss. She's here tonight in her old ring gear, old outfit. So it seems like the influence of Nikki ASH has swayed Alexa Bliss from the dark side as you get the return of the Goddess character back in WWE. That's a nice surprise to kick off tonight's SummerSlam action. Welcome back, Alexa Bliss, to your old form. We'll see how she can go, though. So it seems like her and Nikki ASH back on the same page, back to a tag team once more as they await their 3rd partner for the night. And it is none other than the Raw Women's Champion. She's been champion since WrestleMania, Bianca Belair, the Knoxville, Tennessee native, so kind of a homecoming per se for Bianca Belair. She returns to her home state, and she has a chance tonight. Wanted to compete in front of the Tennessee crowd, and here she is in this, well, supposedly 6-woman tag team action. She gets to team up with Alexa Bliss and Nikki ASH against 2 opponents who have been thorns in Belair's side for the past couple of months. Defeated Carmella at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and then defeated Bayley in a submission match earlier this month at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So 2 former opponents are her opponents for tonight's tag team contest. We get ready to kick off the opening match of tonight's show. It's Bayley starting off for her team. It's Nikki ASH starting off for her team. And we are ready to go here at SummerSlam. As both lock up in the center of the ring. As Bayley quickly takes down the superhero, showing her mat game early, and is quickly actually going to go to her side and make a tag to Carmella. So I think this is be a pretty good strategy, especially since you're down a competitor. You know, you can still keep this relatively competitive. I mean, 2-on-3, yes, it's not ideal, but at least you do have the opportunity to rest on the outside. Yes, the other team has 2 superstars on the outside, but it's not like you have to do it all on your own. You do have a partner at the end of the day, and I think if Carmella and Bayley can work together, they can survive this 2-on-3 handicap match. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. Right now, it's Nikki ASH with the upper hand for her team. And she looks to isolate Carmella into the corner. This is where you don't want to be. You don't want to be in the opposing team's corner. As Carmella realizes that with a forearm, back elbow actually knocks Nikki out of the corner, and there's a slap to the back of the head. A little bit of disrespect there shown by the most beautiful woman in WWE as Nikki ASH with an arm drag. She'll counter and take down Carmella. And a swinging neck breaker for good measure. Nikki ASH, it's been very nice to see her come back to her form. You know, what got her to the Raw Women's Championship in the first place? What made her a tag team champion is Alexa Bliss. Speaking of what made her a champion, this is the first look at the old Alexa Bliss back in action. I'm excited to see her back. You know, no more dark side, no more, doesn't seem supernatural abilities. It just seems like this is Alexa Bliss, the woman who became a multi-time women's champion here in the WWE, back to her old self. Still has that aggressive side, still has that little bit of an attitude, but not the same one that we've seen in the past year or so. As right now she chokes out Carmella in the corner, has a hold, and right now the team down a superstar has had a hard time getting going as Carmella misses a slap. Alexa Bliss makes her pay with one of her own. It hits a nice snap suplex to Carmella, who needs to make a tag. Bayley wants a tag. Alexa Bliss not allowing that to happen. Carmella seems to be out of it as there's a kick to the gut there. Bliss and Nikki working well as a team so far in the early going. Have yet to even tag in the champion, or as I say that, Carmella is able to create the space, and she'll tag Bayley back into this contest. Just saw Bayley for a brief moment at the beginning, as right now with a takedown and a side headlock applied to Alexa Bliss, trying to get her to submit. We saw the submission game of Bayley on display earlier this month at Money in the Bank, unsuccessful in that submissions match, and got a little bit too cocky there as Bliss answers with a drop kick, and both competitors back to her feet. And now it's Alexa with the upper hand as she slams down the hand of Bayley and looks to go make a tag to her corner, and she'll tag in the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair with the first appearance of the night. These two locked up recently, also were opponents on Monday Night Raw in a rematch from the pay-per-view. Bianca Belair was victorious again on that night. So Belair has had Bayley's number in the past, but this is an opportunity for Bayley to try to finally get one up on the champion. And Belair has a hold of Bayley in the center of the ring. Kick to the midsection here. Is going to pump handle into the gut buster. Same body part that Bianca targeted in their title matchup. Now a couple of strikes from the EST knocks down Bayley. Hard left hand shot. And now the power game on display. Gonna lift her up for a power bomb. Bianca Belair, the strongest woman in all of WWE. It's hard to even argue at that point. Is now working away on the legs of Bayley. Bianca Belair's been all systems go since coming into this matchup. She's had a hold. She's had the advantage. Now those strike, more combination of strikes, and again Bayley gets dropped with that overhand left. And she needs to find an answer, or either make a tag to Carmella, but Bayley taking a lot of punishment here in the ring. It's now the champion with a front face lock, going to look for another suplex attempt, and she hits this time a nice vertical suplex on Bayley. And now going to hit the ropes, and the EST starting to get going. There's that big splash. Bayley could be in a lot of trouble. Standing shooting star press. Bianca's busting out all the big moves. Not going to go for the cover here on Bayley. This could be enough to put her away as Carmella can't get there in time, but Bayley will be able to kick out at 2. Bianca staying on the offense here. Actually going to go make a tag to Alexa. So use this opportunity to bring in the fresher competitor. I think Bayley needs to do the same thing for her team, as she has a hold now of Alexa, trying to create some separation, does the nice suplex, and that will be the moment that Bayley needs. She's going to tag Carmella back into this contest. A much needed tag, as Bayley needs a break on the corner. Now Carmella will look to continue the upper hand here on Alexa. Slams her into the turnbuckle. There's a chop across the chest. Carmella is money with a shot to the back now. Alexa Bliss could be in a lot of trouble here as they look to tie up her leg in the corner. Continuing the offense on Bliss. This has been a good string of moments here for Carmella since she's entered into the fray. And as it looks like she has a hold of Bliss, tries to jam her again into the corner. But Bliss is going to fight out. And now Carmella looks to make a tag to her partner Bayley. But hold on a second. Bayley jumps off the apron. She says she's done with this one. She's going to leave her partner high and dry. And now it's 1-on-3, and Bianca has made a tag into the ring. Vertical suplex on Carmella. Catches her off guard, and there's nothing she can do. Bianca Belair picks up the win for her team. Everybody just abandoned the ring on the other side, as Carmella was all that was left to take the fall. And the team of Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki ASH are victorious in your opening contest. Let's get things kicked off on the SmackDown side of things, and this one should be an interesting one. Singles contest between two superstars who used to be companions down in NXT, and making his way to the ring first is Butch. And if you know anything about Butch, is that this man is very unhinged. Who knows what Butch has going on through his mind, even attacking Pat McAfee a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. And we still don't really have a reason as to why. Not that I'm expecting Butch to ever explain himself, but the eccentric superstar has one thing it looks like in mind, and that's to take out Pat McAfee. Attacked him after his match on SmackDown. Attacked him actually last night, just 24 hours ago, while Pat was on commentary. Got the jump on him then there. So Butch just sending a message to Pat McAfee. Former members of the Kings of NXT stable back down in NXT. Competed in War Games together. Well, it seems like that friendship is all but gone. It's now Butch going at it alone. No more brawling brutes as well, as he gets ready for none other than Pat McAfee to wrestle here tonight. Yes, Pat with the match here in Nashville, Tennessee, as he walks to the ring with a standing ovation from the Tennessee crowd, something he wasn't used to as his time as a Colts punter. Usually got the boo birds instead, but now Pat McAfee, WWE Universe loves his commentary, loves Pat McAfee. I mean, how could you not? This guy is hilarious. But can he get it done in between the ropes? Butch, is a very solid competitor. Pat's had a lot of luck since joining SmackDown and his few stints as a superstar. He was victorious in his return match to SmackDown, also victorious at WrestleMania. But Butch is a different superstar. Is the Butch versus Pat McAfee to kick off the SmackDown side of things as we are underway. And quickly, Pat looking to strike with a couple of haymakers. One thing you'll notice, Pat does have the size advantage in this contest. So while Butch has plenty of years experience on Pat, I think using the striking and using the height and power combination to your advantage could be the goal for Pat there, as he connects with a nice super kick with Butch in the corner. But now Butch quickly has a hold of him. This is not where you want to be. You don't want to be in the grasp of Butch. He's going to have the technical prowess. He's going to have the experience. He's going to have the submission game. He loves to manipulate the joints. So this is not where you want to be with Butch. You want to keep it standing. You want to keep it a striking game. And right now, the Bruiserweight having his way with Pat McAfee as this one has gone to the mat. Butch, former United Kingdom champion, as he continues to bite away on the hands. I'm not sure if that's entirely legal, but it doesn't seem like it matters right now, or it doesn't seem like Butch really cares. Like I was saying, the former United Kingdom champion, a very successful competitor, former NXT Tag Team champion. I mean, he's had a nice run here on the main roster as a member of the Brawling Brutes before that trio broke up. It's now Butch going at it alone. Meanwhile, Pat McAfee just had a couple of matches. He did have a victory over Theory at WrestleMania. Former United States champion at this point, so Pat does have that to his resume. And right now he has a hold of Butch and drives him into the turnbuckle. And a couple of knee strikes now into the midsection of Butch. Not bad offense here by Pat, as the announcer looks to continue his offense in the corner, but Butch does fight out. That's what I'm talking about. He's got the years of experience. Now just quicker to the punch. He's going to send Pat over the ropes. Holds on to the apron, though, but Butch is going to continue with a drop kick, and then he'll drop Pat to the outside. This one spills to the floor, but Pat quickly up to his feet, knee right to the face, in between the forehead of Butch. That'll stun him. Now looking to continue the offense, more strikes, keep it a standing contest as that one connects. Nice left hand, or left boot right into the chest. And now Pat still holding on to that right arm, ties it up. And Pat now going to show a little bit of his own stretching ability. Look at him stretching the wrist and the arm of Butch, giving him a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. Now on the outside, he's continued to strike with left hand bombs. Ref up to a count of 5 here. And now Pat again, this time more right hand bombs, using that power to his advantage. Butch could be in a lot of trouble here. He's got to get back to his feet. Pat's actually going to help him with that, but connect with a huge knee strike right on the jaw. That could have stunned Butch. I had to think. He's up, ref up to a count of 7 here. As Pat has made his way back in the ring, Butch will follow. Ref got up to 8. And actually, Butch with a quick strike, he'll get the upper hand in the ring. It's Pat with a nice roundhouse shot that drops the English-born native. But Butch, again, he's very tenacious. He's very hard to put away. He's going to bring the fight to you regardless of the pain. Is now a nice suplex, only can get a 1 count. This one's been back and forth here in the early going. Both superstars throwing their best shots. Quick strikes has been very hard hitting. And Butch is just saying, bring it on some more. And I think Pat might have caught him with a roundhouse kick. Butch in a lot of trouble here. Pat gets 2, but no, gets that left shoulder up. Well, I know Pat used to be a former Indianapolis Colts punter, so he's got a lot of power in those legs, and he connected with that big shot. Butch somehow able to survive it. And now both competitors back to their feet as McAfee with a nice right clothesline, a stiff short arm clothesline. And McAfee's feeling himself. Back to the ground and pound game. Left hand bombs. Going to get Butch back to his feet. As he sends him again over. This time Butch hangs on the apron. And Pat goes for a big strike. Actually got caught, but then connected with a nice enziguri. Beautiful athleticism there by McAfee. As again we take it to the outside. McAfee celebrating with a little bit of his faithful here in Nashville. Butch now back to their feet. As quickly comes in with a nice boots. I think it caught Pat a little off guard. Butch connected. Pat went for a strike that left him open. And now Butch with the upper hand. Ref already up to a count of 4 here as these two continue to battle again on the outside. This fight is just taking it all over the ringside area. It doesn't matter if it's in the ring, outside the ring. Butch is going to bite your fingers regardless. As now he gets Pat back to his feet. Chop backs him up against the barricade. Butch going to try to follow up here. Drives the spine again right into that very loosely reinforced padding. But Pat going to try to fight back here. He's got Butch with a kick to the midsection. Pat continuing to hold on now. Just whips him into the barricade himself. Butch up against the barricade. As McAfee in control here. As he's going to make his way back in the ring. Ref's actually up to a count of 9. Butch has got to make his way back in the ring. He's coming to his senses, but he can't beat the count. And Pat McAfee is going to win this via a count out. Well, it's not a pinfall. It's not a decisive victory, but a victory regardless. And Pat McAfee again is able to notch one up here in his record book. As Butch livid on the outside, but there's nothing he can do about it. As your winner in this contest is none other than Pat McAfee. Well, how about that for Pat? Good win for him as we head over to our next contest here. This one back on the Raw side of things. This one should be a good one as two superstars who have plenty of history so far this year look to do battle once more here at SummerSlam. Making his way to the ring first is none other than Dolph Ziggler, who will go one-on-one against Braun Breaker here tonight. They've had plenty of battles earlier this year over the NXT Championship, and as you can see, Dolph Ziggler trying to send a little bit of a statement to Braun Breaker, making his way to the ring in his outfit that he wore at NXT Stand and Deliver at WrestleMania weekend. And it was on that night where Ziggler was able to beat Braun Breaker and retain the NXT Championship. So a little bit of mind games being played here by the show-off as he busts out the pink tights again. See if he can have the same sort of success here as he's going up against a superstar relatively new to the Raw roster. but a very impressive superstar nonetheless. Is none other than a Braun Breaker as he gets ready to make his way to the ring for his first ever one-on-one contest here as a member of the main roster, and is coming at none other than SummerSlam. The son of Hall of Famer Rick Steiner. Very impressive. If you've not seen his work in NXT, I recommend go checking it out. I mean, 2 reigns as NXT champion, including a win over Dolph Ziggler to regain the championship. So these two have done battle plenty of times in the past. They've done battle on NXT. They've done battle on Raw. They've done battle on pay-per-view. So these two know each other really well, and it's come time for one final confrontation to see who will be able to get the upper fall. Big test here for Breaker here tonight in front of a sold-out crowd here in Nashville, Tennessee. A 40,000 plus, a big crowd here for this one. It's Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Breaker is your next matchup, and we're ready to go. Well, this one will be, if we get to enjoy a mat clinic, as both superstars very well versed in the amateur background. Ziggler, former NCAA champion, Braun Breaker, mat technician as well. Let's see who can get the upper hand there. Ziggler, though, quickly with the upper hand, but Braun is going to have the power advantage. It's right on cue. It's a nice belly-to-belly suplex on Ziggler. Ziggler could be in a lot of trouble here. Gets a 1 count before Ziggler does shoot that right shoulder up. But Braun's going to have the power game. As you can see, they're taking it to the mat. A lot of amateur. You're going to see a lot of wrestling background here. As Braun Breaker, the former 2-time NXT champion, going to work here on Ziggler. Now a knee into that lower back, but Ziggler does have boots underneath the rope. It was Ziggler who beat Braun Breaker to end his first reign as NXT champion, but Braun able to regain the championship on the NXT after WrestleMania. That's episode number 2, actually, of this series. If you want to go check out that matchup. And Braun had a pretty solid reign since winning it. Lost it recently, earlier this month, to Gunther. And Braun, I mean, he's been a very busy man, defending the NXT championship. Made his first appearance as an official member of the Raw roster while still NXT champion earlier this month at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Had an opportunity to win that briefcase in the main event, and while Braun was unsuccessful, he looked very impressive in the showing. So Braun's been a very good superstar. And what that means, it's going to bring a lot of hype around you, and Dolph Ziggler wants to shut down that hype. He is the show-off for good reason. As he says, I don't know why Braun has all this hype. Ziggler says it should be him who's being talked about on Raw. And Ziggler's had a pretty solid year as well. You know, former NXT champion of his own rights. As he gets a cover here on Braun, gets 1 before Braun's able to kick out. Former NXT champion. He was in the mix earlier for the United States Championship as well. Also a former Raw Tag Team champion. Recently lost the titles to Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, as Rude is actually recovering from an injury, as now Braun hits another belly-to-belly. So Ziggler back in the solo ranks, but he's held a couple of titles already this year, so you can't sleep on the show-off. As now Breaker going back to this knee into the lower back. Ziggler this time still close to the ropes. He's just really got to reach out, but Braun is going to use his power. Instead, Ziggler, a nice savvy break up, and hits a nice Northern Lights suplex. Ziggler with the suplex of his own, holds the bridge, only gets a 1 count though on Braun. So very solid mat technique already being shown in this one. Good amateur background, but Ziggler might have made a mistake. Showed off for a little too long. Breaker with the spear connects, and Ziggler barely gets the right shoulder up. I think Breaker didn't get much momentum on that spear as he would have liked, but Ziggler almost celebrated for a little too long, as now Braun, I think, went for that Frankensteiner. That Steiner recliner, excuse me. Ziggler sweeps out the back door and connects with a super kick. Not sure if that one landed flush, but I think Ziggler could be lining him up for a second one, or he's thinking zigzag here. Braun's in a lot of trouble. Instead, I don't think Ziggler just went for a knee to the back, and instead connects with a nice Olympic slam. Ziggler with a little bit maybe of a taunting there, as now he's going to line him up for the super kick. Braun, you might want to duck instead. He gets met right underneath the jaw. Super kick on the button. That should be all she wrote, but no. Braun with the left shoulder up stays alive into this contest. That was a great sequence of events there by Dolph Ziggler, but he's not enough. And now he's showing a little bit of frustration, telling Braun that he's better than him. As he drives his own knee into the spine of Breaker, trying to give him a little bit of a taste of his own medicine this match. Breaker, though, not looking to submit. Boot is close to the ropes. Not sure if he fully realizes it, though, as he will also slip out. So once again, he also shows his counter ability as there's a nice spine buster. Back to the power game goes Breaker. And it seems like he's all fired up again. Ziggler could be in a lot of trouble here. In the grasp of Braun. It's a nice suplex attempt. Beautiful hips. Beautiful power. And Ziggler goes crashing down. And again, he's just trying to create separation here. Hits a nice DDT. And now Ziggler with the upper hand. Both going tit for tat here. Both knowing each other pretty well over their frequent contests. As now Ziggler's going to go for a pinfall here as he gets two. But Braun will kick out of that one. Ziggler showing off for the fans. There's the reason why they call him the show-off. You've seen it plenty of times in this matchup already. But again, Braun's going to use this opportunity. Look to counter back and look to get going here. So Ziggler's hubris might have got the best of him. As Braun now with a cover gets two. And Ziggler will have to kick out again. But Breaker, can he put Dolph Ziggler away? His hard right hand shots will help do it. There's a nice standing. Goes for a standing moonsault. But Ziggler rolls out the way. We got a little bit too excited there as Breaker. Ziggler will make him pay and dump him to the outside. As now these two will make their way to the floor. Ziggler with a nice leg whip there. Targeting at the lower base now of Breaker. Trying to take away that central base for power. The ref up to a count of two. Just saw a count out. And we'll see another one. Ziggler. Beautiful combinations. Backs Breaker up against the barricade now. And Ziggler will instead make his way inside the ring and just kind of show off a little bit to Braun. Take a seat in the corner. Say this is light work. As ref up to a count of four here. Ref now up to 5. Ziggler's just waiting for Braun to get back in the ring. Breaker's taking his time now up to a 6. He'll finally get met in, but Ziggler moves to the outside. Made a little bit ill-timed there. As now Breaker actually is going to allow him to get the upper hand. Who connects with another belly-to-belly. Big-time belly-to-belly suplex there. And now Breaker with the upper hand connects with a second spear. Down goes Ziggler into the pin here. Gets 1, gets 2, and no, doesn't get 3. Well, Breaker thought that was 3. I'm sure he's not the only one that thought that got him the victory, but instead Ziggler does kick out. But now in position for this Steiner recliner, and it's in. It's locked in. Hands underneath the chin. Breaker wrenching away on Ziggler. Nowhere for him to go, and he's going to tap out. Ziggler taps to Braun, who gets the victory here in a big, impressive performance at SummerSlam. As the hype of Braun seems like it is real. His first major pay-per-view win comes at SummerSlam against Ziggler. And I think Ziggler looked very impressive. Just showed off a little too much for my liking. And it allowed Braun to come back and pick up the victory. Very explosive offense. Love to see what's next for Braun Breakers. This win will help him continue his momentum here as a member of the Raw roster. There is the spear followed by the Steiner recliner. And Breaker all fired up after his victory. Can you blame the young fellow? The future is bright for this superstar. Where does he go next? Well, let's get into our first championship of the night, as it'll be the Intercontinental Championship up for grabs in our next contest. And here comes Shinsuke Nakamura making his way to the ring. As Nakamura been very impressive so far this year. Lost his tag team partner, but that has not slowed down the King of Strong Style. Still hoping that Rick Boogs can recover after his torn quad. We wish him the best. We hear that him and Nakamura are still the best of friends. They still keep in quite some touch, as Nakamura cannot wait again to go surfing with his former tag team partner. But Nakamura, since returning to the singles ranks, has looked very impressive. And as a former Intercontinental Champion, we'll see if he can win the championship again here tonight. But he'll be going up against a man who's been pretty impressive since winning the gold back in March. He's taking on all comers, and it is Ricochet who gets ready for this contest. As there he is, the one and only. Nashville, Tennessee in for a treat. This one should be a classic. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship, getting ready to kick off used to call this championship the Workhorse title, and I think that'll be on proud display here in this next one. Ricochet won the title 4 months ago, and ever since he's won it against Sami Zayn, he has not looked back. He's beaten the likes of Madcap Moss, Happy Corbin, you name him. Ricochet has knocked them off. Jinder Mahal, but is he up to the task of the King of Strong Style? This could be Ricochet's toughest challenge to date. Does he have what it takes to knock off Nakamura? We're about to find out as we get following contest scheduled for one fall is for the Intercontinental Championship. First, the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura. And his opponent from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 188 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, Ricochet. I'm excited for this one. It's our first championship contest of tonight's proceedings. Ricochet turns over the gold, and as we get ready to make this one official, both superstars know what this one's all about. This one should be a good one, and there it is. The Intercontinental Championship will be decided. Will it be a new champion? Will Nakamura win the gold again, or will Ricochet knock another title defense? Let's find out. It says, here we go. This one is live. Ricochet with the early advantage whips Nakamura into the far turnbuckle. These two have done battle recently in the past. Nakamura actually knocked off Ricochet on a recent episode of SmackDown before Money in the Bank. Nakamura beat Ricochet to qualify for the ladder match, and Ricochet has not forgot about that defeat. He wants to avenge his loss to Shinsuke, which is why Ricochet has granted Nakamura this matchup here tonight. This is all about respect. This is all about the Intercontinental Championship. No hard feelings between these two. But only one man can wear that title. Nakamura pick up another win over Ricochet, or will he be able to avenge his loss? As right now it looks like it's Nakamura with the early advantage. Going to try to put their pressure on early as he goes for a pinfall here, but only gets 2 for a kick out. We've talked about the impressive performance, the recent string of momentum that Nakamura has had since WrestleMania. Competed against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship earlier this year at Backlash. It was a part of that Money in the Bank ladder match. So Nakamura has had the matchups. He's had the big match experience this year. Not saying that Ricochet hasn't, but Nakamura's faced off against the Tribal Chief. He's faced off against some of the top competitors here on SmackDown. And I think that might have made him equipped for this contest. Well, that's not to discredit Ricochet on the other hand. I mean, beating Jinder Mahal, beating Madcap Moss, beating Happy Corbin. I mean, these are bigger competitors as well. Ricochet has a lot of experience against somebody who's bigger than him, and Nakamura definitely has the height advantage over Ricochet. He hasn't been 4 months champion for no reason, as there's a nice drop kick, sends Nakamura into the corner, and that's why there's the springboard moonsault. Ricochet's bread and butter is that high-flying offense. And now he's again perched up on the second rope. Nakamura back to his feet. Ricochet lining him up for that double shotgun drop kick, but Nakamura had that one scouted. Moves out the way, now gets the champ back to his feet. And now unleashing those hard strikes. He is the King of Strong Style, and he's putting it on display here. Multiple strikes that backs up the champ into the corner. Now the boot underneath the jaw, just wrenching away. Nakamura continues with the strikes in the corner. A couple of kicks, but Ricochet finally able to create some separation as he's going to put up Nakamura on his shoulders here. And what does he have in mind here? Drives him into the canvas. Ties him up too. Ref a little slow to get into position though as it gets a 2 before a kick out by Nakamura. Nice driver there by Ricochet. He is the one and only for a reason. Now he hits for a springboard Pele kick. Nice handspring. He'll catch you at any angle. You give Ricochet any small opening and he will take advantage of it with his offense. And now a drop kick and the champ in control, firmly in control of Nakamura. Again, going to go for that springboard Pele, and I think Nakamura tried to counter it, but couldn't get out of the way. That one caught him flush on the chin. Nakamura in a lot of trouble here. Gets a 2 count. Does have to kick out as this one will continue. But Ricochet doing very good before being met right there with a knee. That might be the opening that Nakamura needs. More of these hard strikes. Knee into the midsection here. And then right across the top of the back again. Nakamura, former 2-time Intercontinental Champion. So he's won the gold before. He knows what it takes to get to the top of this mountain. As there's a nice slam down by Nakamura. This to make it a 3-time champ. And Ricochet will get the shoulder up only after a 1 count. And now the challenger with the control here. As goes to drop the knee across Ricochet. Look to slow down this contest a little bit. If it goes into a fast pace, that is right in Ricochet's wheelhouse. He just moves out of that move and now has Nakamura again on his shoulders. Maybe looking for this driver again. This time running style takes down Nakamura. The champ once more with control, but Nakamura counters with a nice hard right hand strike of his own. Gonna try to hit a suplex this time. Has Ricochet up and instead just plants him face first. Beautiful maneuver there. He's going to go for the pinfall here, try to net himself the championship. Gets 1 before Ricochet is able to kick out. Well, we talked about the success of Nakamura since he's returned to the single race. I mean, whenever Rick Boogs does return from injury, you have to think Nakamura and Boogs, they'll still be companions, but I'd love to see both of them explore opportunities as singles competitors. I mean, Nakamura has really showed that he's got a lot left in the tank as a single star, and Rick Boogs, I mean, he has the charisma. He has one of the best to learn from. Still very green in his experience. I'm pretty sure Nakamura would love to pass on what he knows to Rick Boogs. I'd love to see them not give up completely on the singles competition. I'd love to see Nakamura continue to go at it, continue to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. As right now Ricochet has him all tied up on his back. The champion stretching him out and then plants him face first into the canvas. Nice move there by the one and only. As now again has Nakamura up on his shoulders. Going to try to drive him again. This time again doesn't hold on to the pinfall though. Gonna go for it now. That might have cost him a little bit of time here. Yes, Nakamura able to kick out. And this match will continue. I know I mentioned Nakamura has the size advantage, but Ricochet, a couple of power moves. Now kick to the midsection. Knees right on the button. That could be enough to put away Nakamura. Gets 2-0. Just gets that right shoulder up. Not a lot behind it. Ricochet caught him with those knees on the nose. Nakamura stunned. Ricochet looks to take advantage, but again, Nakamura scouts that moonsault, rolls out the way again, and it doesn't pay off. That's part of the style you run if you're so high risk. You miss, and you lose all your momentum as Nakamura with these hard strikes, and then connects with a right roundhouse right behind the temple. As Nakamura in a lot of trouble, and it's actually Shinsuke applying a lot of trouble. There's a Kinshasa to Ricochet. This to become a 3-time champ, but no, Ricochet gets the shoulder up. Nakamura with that Kinshasa connected right on the jaw. He didn't have Ricochet in the seated position, so maybe he didn't get full power on that one, but I mean, he did a lot of damage regardless, then just dumps him to the outside. Shinsuke Nakamura just taking it to Ricochet here. As this one's spilling to the outside, you can see how bad Shin wants to become Intercontinental Champion again. It's been a while since he's held gold. Not going to get Ricochet back up to his feet. Can't win the title on the outside. Ricochet starting to fight back. Ref up to a count of 3. Ricochet wants to win this one inside the ring. I don't think Ricochet wants to take a count-out victory. He wants to beat Nakamura clean. He wants to prove that he can beat him and pin him 1, 2, 3. And now a couple of strikes. Ooh, that one kicked into the gut. Might have caught on the liver there. That crumpled Nakamura. Right hand strike again drops the King of Strong Style. Now it's Ricochet again with the advantage. Nakamura in a lot of trouble here. Hasn't been able to find his footing again. And Ricochet starting to get pumped up. This is not what you want to see. As he ties up the legs. And this is a very interesting submission here. Nakamura is close to the ropes. He's able to get his hands underneath this. So that will be have to force the rope break. But I like what I see out of Ricochet. He's taking the fight to Nakamura. Kick into the back. And now Ricochet going to fly up to the top rope. This is not where you want to be if you're Nakamura. He's going to turn around and go for the Phoenix Splash, and it connects. The height and the elevation is unprecedented. Ricochet to retain the championship, but no, Nakamura will stay alive. But what a Phoenix Splash there by Ricochet. Nakamura in a lot of trouble here. I don't know how many more of these high-risk moves he could take, because now Ricochet again going to go up to the top rope. Eventually he's going to think 630, and he is. He's going to go for the 630, but Nakamura did get the knees up. He knew it was coming. And now back to square one. I think Nakamura went for the big kick. Both superstars had the same thing in mind. Who's going to come away with the better hand? As it looks Ricochet is going to keep the early advantage. Springboard to the outside, 450 instead. And now Ricochet, after the springboard 450, thinks he has the opening for the 630, and he does. 630 off the top rope, connects, gets two, and Ricochet is able to retain the Intercontinental Championship. What a match that was. Pretty evenly contested. And once both superstars went for the same thing and missed, Ricochet was quicker to the punch. He was able to hold the momentum, and he was able to pick up the victory. Phenomenal matchup between these two, as Ricochet able to retain the Intercontinental Championship, and his great reign continues, avenges the loss to Nakamura. We'll have to see what's next for the Intercontinental Champion. Well, this match is one that's been a story of twists, turns, friendships, betrayals, but finally we're going to reach the climax. As these two teams get ready to do battle, making his way to the ring first, it is none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles, who has been at war with the Judgment Day since their formation. He's really just been everything in this story. I can't even find a word to describe it. He's had his friends turn on him. He's had his eyes set on one enemy who's now his tag team partner tonight. It's just been a whirlwind for AJ Styles, but he has one goal in mind, and that is to take down the Judgment Day, who he has the opportunity to do tonight. Can he trust his partner? Well, he's going to have to tonight if he wants to get it done, because the Judgment Day is a well-oiled machine. And, well, his tag team partner, they haven't always seen eye to eye, to say the least. In fact, it was his WrestleMania opponent. It is none other than Edge, the Hall of Famer, who will be AJ Styles' tag team partner, the former leader of the Judgment Day before he was kicked out of the stable that he created, to impose AJ Styles. And now look where they are at. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. AJ and Edge have agreed to put their differences aside tonight because they both share a common goal. They don't have to be friends, but they do have to take down the Judgment Day. It's good to hear Matangulas for Edge again. He returned that Money in the Bank to save AJ Styles from an attack by the Judgment Day. Laid him out with spears. He's had him in his sights since. He's attacked any member of the Judgment Day. He has been able to whenever he wants to, whenever he has the opportunity to. Edge just wants to take them down. As here comes his former group, coming out to his former music. It is the Judgment Day. The leader, Finn Balor, on your right. The Punisher, Damian Priest, on the left. It is Judgment Day. And they get ready to make their way to the ring. Had their eyes set on these two for quite some time. They are a well-oiled machine, though. So this is a pretty standard tag team. And one that AJ Styles and Edge are going to have a hard time overcoming in the standard matchup. They make their way into the ring for this contest. A tag team match, Bad Blood and Revenge and everything else on the plate in this one. It'll be the old foes AJ Styles and Damian Priest starting out for their respective teams. And here we go. It's time to reach the climax of this story as they meet in the center of the ring. AJ with a nice kick. A couple of strikes back at Damian Priest. These two have gone to battle time and time again over the past couple of months. AJ Styles recently, 2 weeks ago on Raw, defeated Damian Priest in a last man standing match in order to pick up some much needed momentum coming into this pay-per-view. And then AJ Styles defeating Finn Balor via countout on this past Monday nights of Raw. Actually got the last shot, laid out Balor with a Styles clash. So speaking of AJ, now poached on the top rope. Priest was suspended that night, so he wasn't able to help his leader. Nice catch there by Priest. Styles tried the crossbody. Priest with the power catches him in midair and slams him with a scoop slam. AJ Styles fights back right with a shot two at the midsection. Styles now going to whip Priest into the corner. Kick to the midsection, drops him to a seated position, and Styles will yank Priest out into a nice bomb. Not going to hold the cover there. But a good start for AJ Styles. He's going to tag in Edge. So Edge making his first appearance in a ring in a matchup since he was betrayed by Priest. And speaking of which, here is the new leader. Former leader versus new leader. Balor versus Edge. I'd love to see these two go one-on-one sometime in the future. And Balor quickly ducks Edge to the outside, right in front of his partner. This Priest not going to get involved yet. Actually going to distract Edge, though. Edge took his eye off the prize. Had Damian Priest right in his face. And that allowed Finn Balor to come off the top rope, connect to the outside. But Edge quickly has turned this one around and connects a nice DDT on the outside. Ref up to a count of 3. That puts Balor right into the floor. Now Edge with the hold of the Prince. He's going to put him on top of the barricade for good measure. Edge looking to take down the stable that he created. Ref up to a count of 5. Edge is going to make his way back inside the ring. As Balor going to take a couple of seconds, and he'll follow suit. Springboards in. Edge waiting for him, but Balor's going to get a nice upper hand. Edge now onto the apron, and Balor's going to shot to the face and connect a nice drop kick. Again, Edge goes to the outside, and Balor holding the ground, so to speak. Taunting Edge, telling him to try to take the ring from him. Well, Edge tries, and Balor meets him with a sling blade and then a drop kick to the side of the temple. So Balor with a nice connection, nice mid-offense there. And now it's Judgment Day with the upper hand. The competitors now back to their feet. Balor going to whip Edge into the far turnbuckle. Maybe looking to follow up with that shotgun drop kick. Instead, no, he's going to hit him head first into that top padding. And now tie him up in Tree of Woe. Edge hanging precariously upside down, and Balor's got mine here. How about a backstabber? Elevated off of the top turnbuckle. Nice bit of offense there by the Prince as he looks to drag Edge away from the ropes. Maybe thinking a cover here, trying to put away the Hall of Famer as he gets a 1, gets 2, but Edge will kick out and stay alive. And Balor, I think, might try to go to that top rope, but Edge is going to cut him off. Nice textbook Edge offense there, and now Damian Priest will get back into the fray as Edge starting to come alive with the momentum from the crowd, but Priest quickly picks him up and looks to drive him into the top turnbuckle, actually across the ropes there, across the trachea of Edge. As his former disciple, Punisher Damian Priest, who aligned with Edge back at WrestleMania, looks to take it to his former teacher, is saying that his student is now greater than the teacher. As there's a shot to the midsection, another one. We've seen these two brawl in the backstage area a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. And it's just been, whenever they've seen each other, nobody can stop them. You've seen security try to get involved. It don't matter if it's in the ring, in the aisle, in the backstage area. Whenever these four see each other, they will attack. As Edge now been in the ring for quite some time. He needs to make a tag to AJ Styles as he gets planted there by Priest. Priest with a nice cover there as gets a 1 count before realizing that AJ is going to try to interrupt it and connects with a nice South of Heaven chokeslam. Beautiful move there by Priest, realizing that Styles is going to try to run interference. He cuts off the phenomenal one, but now Priest taking his eyes off the prize a little too long, so to speak, and Edge is going to make him pay. Veteran move there. Priest complimenting him off of the idea just to hit AJ Styles before he can run interference, but I think he got hooked on AJ Styles a little too long. Realize how we talked about in the past how much these two superheroes don't like each other. And now Edge is going to try to put Damian Priest into submission, trying to get him to tap. Finn Balor on the outside looking on. He has some faith in his disciple. He wants him to try to get out of his hold on his own, and he will. So Priest fights out. Balor with a lot of trust there. Didn't think Priest was going to tap out, and he didn't. Instead, now gets met with a gutbuster from Edge, who finally makes the tag to AJ Styles. Makes his way back in the ring, and he could be lining Priest up for something. Wants him to get back to his feet here. Priest, though, not going to turn around. Instead, AJ Styles from behind is going to connect. I think that was a reckoning, sending a shot to the Judgment Day. Styles trying to put Priest away with his own move. Gets 2, and no, doesn't quite get the 3. Priest shoots the shoulder up. Well, I thought Styles was going to add insult to injury there and pin Damian Priest with his own move. Instead, he kicks out. What a gutsy performance here by Priest here tonight, as now Finn Balor is going to run interference. He's going to break up the submission hold And Styles connects with a nice insecurity to the back of the head, but I think just like Priest earlier, took his eyes off the prize a little too long. Instead gets met with an atomic drop. Now both back to their feet. Kick to the midsection and gut wrench for Styles. Flips him over into the knee, into the gut. I think Priest now desperately needs to make a tag, as Edge will rejoin the fray. As Edge could be setting him up here for a spear. Well, Priest, he might not want to turn around. Edge is right behind you. And no, nice counter into the DDT. Priest saw it coming. And now the Judgment Day with the momentum. Big boot there by Priest. Down goes Edge. And Priest now with the upper hand could be trying to lock something in on Edge, as he's trying to extend that right arm of the Hall of Famer. He's going to get the Rated R Superstar back to his feet now. As a mub goes for the big Falcon Arrow, and it connects. Nice Falcon Arrow, torque and turn there by Priest. He's maybe now trying to go for a cover here on Edge. Could he get the win off of the Falcon Arrow? He gets one. Before a kick out by Edge. He only kicks out at one. And is quickly back to his feet and connects with a big super kick. And that's going to give him an opportunity to make a tag to Styles. So AJ coming back into the fray. Priest again going to cut him off in the center of the ring. It's been a very impressive performance by Damien. I think he needs to make a tag to Balor, but Balor's not even on the apron, as he's been recovering on the outside. He's just been letting his disciple go to work, trusting him big time in this matchup, and so far he's come through. Now Balor up on the apron and could be awaiting a tag. I think Priest realizes that's going to try to isolate Styles in his own corner, as he does, and there's the tag to Finn. A little bit of tag team offense here as Priest with a hold of Balor, throws him off the top rope into a shoulder block. A little bit of teamwork there. Talked about how Judgment Day is the more well-oiled machine in this contest, as now Balor forearm across the face of Styles, gets two before it's interrupted there by Edge. Styles, on the other hand, going and shot to the midsection of Priest, gets one for Balor for good measure. But again, Styles took his eyes off the prize for just a minute. Oh, actually slips out the back door. Now has Balor up from behind and connects to the back suplex to Balor. As these two went toe-to-toe at Money in the Bank earlier this month. Balor was victorious in that dream matchup, per se. He definitely had a lot of help from Priest that night. But, oh, actually, Balor goes low there. Ref doesn't call a DQ, but I think Balor just kicked AJ Styles a little below the belt. We talked about how much these four hate each other and want to get their hands on each other, so I think ref maybe giving them a little bit of leeway in this contest. But if you think if Balor kicks Styles low again, that could be a disqualification, as now Balor's had the upper hand off of it, connects with the shotgun, drop kicks into the cover, now gets one, but Edge is there to break it up. And Balor, off of the low blow, has had all the momentum. It's shut down any offense that Styles has been able to put together, as now Edge gets dumped to the outside. And Styles is all alone. Creates a little bit of separation. Catches Balor coming in. Actually going to roll through for the calf crusher. Balor locked in with the calf crusher. Needs to try to make it to the ropes. Instead, he's going to fight out of it, though. Quickly trying to get out of submission hold as Edge has rejoined the apron here. And now Balor going to taunt a little bit, but I don't know if he realizes that Edge actually made a tag in, and he's going to realize it now as Edge coming at him with a couple of strikes. A big mistake there by Finn, allowing AJ to make the tag. And now Edge into the cover, now gets two, and Finn Balor will kick out. This match has been a war of attrition here, as Edge showing that he's the ultimate opportunist, jumping Finn Balor from behind. Now going to get him back to his feet. And once more, going to plant a knee into the guts, the rib cage of Balor. Down goes the Prince. And Edge could be closing in on a victory here, but Finn Balor's going to try to counter with a jawbreaker, try to create the upper hand. It connects with another sling blade, and then rolls through into the dropkick again. Textbook Balor offense again, and now maybe thinking coup de grace, going to go up to the top rope. Edge is in the drop zone, but only rolls out the way just in the nick of time. Finn Balor went for it and didn't connect, but he did connect with that discus clothesline. But Edge quickly back to his feet. And then this time Balor connects to the Pele kick right in between the eyes. And now he's going to tag in Priest. This might not be good for Edge. He's being isolated here. AJ's down on the outside. But Edge continuing to fight Couple of strikes there. Priest going to block the right hand, connects with one of his own. I think he might have been thinking reckoning there, but Edge saw it coming in. There's a nice drop kick by the Rated R Superstar. And these four superstars know each other so well. Plenty of battles in the past, plenty of teaching moments. They know each other's moves, and they've been able to counter them so far nicely tonight. As now Styles back on the apron, gets the tag in from Edge. Gets a hold of Priest now. Connects to the nice neck breaker. Styles has looked very good when he's been in this contest. He's actually going to go to the outside. Maybe thinking phenomenal forearm there, but realized that Priest is so far away. Now he's actually going to try to go for it again. Maybe trying to line Priest up for the phenomenal forearm, but Priest does a great job of closing the gap. Doesn't allow Styles to be able to get the springboard. Nice move there by Priest. It's those little things like that that's going to add up in this matchup before he connects again with that choke slam. Second time in the matchup, Styles has been met with that. Now into the cover here. He's got to try to kick out. Gets two. And at the last second does get the shoulder up. I thought Priest might have him there. As once again, Damian's looked so good in this contest. The former United States champion. Hold up. Might have just got caught out though. Styles out of nowhere with the Styles Clash. Rolls Priest over. This enough to get the victory. But Balor in the nick of time breaks it up. Just gets there ahead of three, but Edge into run interference, dumps Balor to the outside, and now it's left up to just Styles and Priest. We'll get the upper hand here. This could be the closing moments of the matchup. One big move, and this one could be over. This is the time to do it, as Priest to the upper hand. Meanwhile, Edge on the outside, hammering away on Balor, but Styles back up to his feet, connects with a nice combination. Down goes Priest. Balor being taken care of on the outside. And now AJ could be lining up Priest for the phenomenal forearm, and he does. The forearm connects. Down goes Priest into the cover. Gets one, gets two, and AJ Styles able to get the victory over the Judgment Day. That one must have felt good for Styles. This one has been months in the making. And Styles and Edge both get to celebrate here tonight, as looks like they're on the same page. Both of these superstars able to vanquish their enemies and can move on to the next chapter in their careers. Good job, Styles and Edge. Well, that was a great win for Styles and Edge, but let's move on to another tag team contest between two of the top women's tag teams in WWE. Speaking of hot up-and-coming teams, how about these two? Katana Chance, Kaden Carter. It has not been long since they've been on the main roster, but ever since coming to SmackDown, they've made quite a team and quite an impact in a short period of time. First matchup as a member of SmackDown, they won a #1 contenders match to qualify for this matchup, and as they go up against the champs Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Well, we don't even know if Rhea is going to be cleared to compete, but hold on a second, there is the music, and we're going to get her answer in a short period of time. Is Rhea Ripley here? She is. Rhea Ripley is in the building. She has been cleared to compete for this title defense, and that is big time for the champs. We have not seen Ripley in about a month. She's been dealing with a jaw injury. But one half of the women's tag team champions is ready to go, as they are ready to make their first title defense against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. And Rhea Ripley, she could be the difference maker in this matchup. The powerhouse Australian is ready for a fight. Didn't want to miss SummerSlam, and she is not going to. As her and Liv Morgan get ready to defend their titles for the very first time. Right here at Nissan Stadium. Very happy to see Rhea Ripley back. Welcoming her back. It's great to see that she has recovered from her injuries. And now she awaits the arrival of her tag team partner, Liv Morgan. I had to think is going to have a huge smile on her face knowing that she will be able to go at this one with Ripley. Otherwise, this could have been a 1-on-2 handicap match, or otherwise they might have just had to forfeit the titles. Instead, we get a women's tag team matchup here tonight as Liv Morgan makes her way to the ring. She fought Katana Chance just 24 hours ago at SmackDown. Actually, it was Kaden Carter, and Kaden Carter able to pick up the victory. So Carter and Chance do have the momentum. They do own a pinfall victory over one of the champions. That'll go a long way for your confidence. But this is a tag team matchup, and you're going up against the tag team champions. Do Kayden Carter and Katana Chance have enough to get it done? We're about to find out, as the women's tag team championships are on the line here at SummerSlam. Let's turn it down to the ring as we get ready for championship introductions. Following the contest scheduled for one fall is for the women's tag team championships. Introducing first the challengers, Kayden Carter and Katana Chance. And their opponents, they are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So title defense number one. A lot of people call it the hardest title defense. Can Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley defend the titles, or will Katana Chance and Kayden Carter be able to win them in their first championship opportunity on SmackDown? Let's find out, as Rhea Ripley and Kayden Carter will start off for their respective teams. And right away, Kayden Carter with a phenomenal Spanish fly. That's what you're going to see a lot of this team of Chance and Carter. They're very well-versed, well-oiled machine. And they can get it done in the ring, as now Kayden Carter plants Rhea Ripley face first into the mat. Not wasting any time, and there's a standing moonsault. Or shooting star press, and another one for good measure. Kayden Carter with a hot start here. Talked about she just picked up a victory last night on SmackDown. And it seems like she's definitely carrying that momentum into this contest, taking it to Rhea Ripley, who, like we've said, has not been in action in quite some time. She's been dealing with that jaw injury. And she says she's recovered, but you have to believe, is she 100%? Your first match back, been dealing with an injury. Did she maybe rush back into this one because she wanted to defend the titles? I mean, it's SummerSlam. You don't want to miss the biggest party of the summer. And Rhea Ripley could be coming back a little early as she finally gets a little bit off. Instead by Kayden Carter. She's going to quickly make a tag to Liv Morgan, who on the other hand has been taking it week in and week out to any challenger on her own. Tried to qualify for Money in the Bank, was unable to do so. And recently lost to Kayden Carter on SmackDown. So it hasn't been easy, smooth sailing now for Liv, who's swings Carter across the ring. These two definitely do have unfinished business. As Morgan gets one half of the challengers back to her feet. Looking to drag her over to her own corner, but Carter not going to allow that to happen. She's going to fight out of it before she gets isolated. Connects with a nice enziguri there. Might not have got all of it, but it's enough to create some separation and allow her tag team partner to come in. Here's for the first time Katana Chance, a former American Ninja Warrior competitor. So she's very flexible, very agile, knows her way around the top rope. That's Katana Chance with the control. And that's what might come into play here. There's what I'm talking about. Just a corkscrew splash off of the second rope. That's what you're going to see out of Katana Chance in matches like this. It's Chance and Carter looking very good early, and I think that might be the advantage they've had. They've been teaming week in and week out. NXT, SmackDown, I mean, they've been going at it. On the other hand, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley haven't been teamed for over a year, or not a year, a month, excuse me, as Chance with a 630 off the top rope gets two before a kick out by Morgan, who's close to crowning new tag team champions. The Morgan and Rhea, I mean, Rhea's been out with an injury, so they haven't been able to team in recent weeks. While on the other hand, Carter and Chance have been doing exactly that. And it's showing here in the early stages of this contest. They have had the upper hand. They've been executing the tags well. Now allowing Morgan to get a tag to her own competitor in her own right. Is now trying to get new champions as Carter gets a quick two. Morgan's got to be careful. Just half more second and we would have had new women's tag team champions. As Carter gives Liv back to her feet, but Liv does kick to the boot. This is the chance to try to catch some offense going. But Morgan, though, will do the same. She won't allow Morgan to get going. Excuse me, Kayden Carter will not allow Liv Morgan to get going. And nice job there, not allowing the tag to be made. There's a kick to the lower back. Tries again for that standing shooting star. Gets it for a third time in this matchup. And Morgan in a lot of trouble here. Kayden Carter isolating one half of the champs. Now going to try to drive her own to her own corner, and she does. But Morgan quickly going to try to fight out. Doesn't want to be on this side of the ring. And she plants Kayden face first into the mat. And that might be the opportunity that Liv needs. She will go make the tag to Rhea Ripley, who's going to re-enter the fray. This is not what Carter and Chance wanted. But Carter maybe playing a little bit of possum there. Creates some separation. And now flips through, drops Rhea Ripley. I don't know what that was, but it was a beautiful looking move Is it enough to net the championships? Almost, as Rhea Ripley just gets the shoulder up. Well, Kaden Carter just connected with a phenomenal looking move. I don't even know what to call it. And it was just another half second away from getting the victory. Now Katana Chance into the ring. She has a hold of Ripley. She's going to send her over the top rope. Ripley will hold on to the apron as Chance, what she have in mind here. Shot to the midsection and plants her head first into the apron. Spikes Rhea right on her head. It's Katana Chance. A devastating maneuver there. To go to the outside, Rhea Ripley trying to recover takes the much smaller competitor and drives her spine first into that same part of the ring. As Ripley clearly with the power advantage in this matchup. Rolls back in the ring. She's going to make a tag to her partner Morgan. Chance, however, will meet here in the center of the ring as both superstars with the same idea. Go for a dropkick. Morgan went high. Chance went low, but it's going to be Chance who gets the upper hand with a float over DDT. And once more the challengers with the upper hand. Oh, goes for spinning double knees. And instead, Morgan's going to quickly make a tag. I think it's the wise choice. Don't allow a chance to get rolling. As Ripley re-enters the fray, and the powerhouse again with Chance on her shoulders connects with a running power slam. Nice move there by Ripley, using your power advantage as quickly now trying to set up for Riptide, and she does. Ripley connects with Riptide, this to retain the championship. She gets one, she gets two, but no Chance will kick out. Katana Chance kicked out of the Riptide. There's a gutsy performance there. As Ripley, though, maybe a little bit flabbergasted, is going to make the tag to her partner Morgan, but Chance barely stays alive in this contest, but she's not out of the blocks yet. With Morgan back in, connects with a strike, couple of more, backs up Chance. She's going to try to go for a springboard here, and she connects. A home run springboard. Didn't think that was going to land, but it did now, and Morgan's in trouble. As quick kick out, though, at one. As I think Chance just with a Hail Mary throw connects. And I was going to get one half of the champions back to her feet, try to isolate her in her own corner. Katana desperately needs to make a tag, in my opinion. She's not going to do so. Instead, she's going to try to tie up Morgan in the ropes. Now Katana going to head to the apron here. Up to the top rope she goes. Morgan gets met with a nice diving missile drop kick. That's going to move Morgan right into her own corner, so I don't know if that was the time and place for her. She's able to make a tag to Rhea as Rhea with a hard right hand shot across the spine, just stepping on the much smaller competitor. I mean, she's giving up a lot of size to Rhea Ripley, a lot of power. This Chance tries to crawl over and make the tag. She will as Kaden Carter re-enters the fray. Much needed tag was made. And now Carter, right hand shot from behind, connects with a nice German suplex. High stack across the shoulders. Goes Ripley. And Carter with another right hand drops Rhea as this one could be hanging in the balance. You think one more big shot might be enough. As Carter, a couple of combination strikes. Now whips Ripley into the corner. Down she goes. Carter going to allow Ripley to make the tag to Morgan. I don't know if that was quite the wisest idea, but Liv's going to come in, fire in. A couple of strikes, kick to the kidney. That folds Kaden Carter to the mat. And now Liv from behind going to try to make Carter submit. Has a chokehold applied here. Almost looks like a bulldog choke here. A little reminiscent of it. As Carter in the center of the ring, not going to tap out, but she could be fading here as she is going to get the separation and create it. Rhea's still down the outside, so Liv Morgan has to go at this one. Oh, the underdog connects with Oblivion, though. From out of nowhere, connects with Oblivion, gets 1, 2 to retain the championships, but Chance gets there in just the nick of time. Keeps her team alive. And this one will continue. As Liv Morgan did connect with Oblivion, unable to capitalize, though, thanks to Chance. Looking to stay on the offense. Chance on the outside. Carter, though, going to get the leg whip. No, not going to tag in her partner. Instead, going to try to bring fight more to the champs. As she flips through into the sunset flip bomb. Gets 1, gets 2, and again a kick out by the champs. Plenty of resiliency on display in this contest as Carter's starting to get her team fired up. She's going to make the Chance tag. Katana now, what does she have in mind? She's starting to feel herself. Liv Morgan staggering back to her feet and connects with a drop kick to the knees. Down goes Morgan, and Chance quickly going to go to the second rope. What does she have in mind here? Trying to line her up. Morgan again staggering back to her feet, connects with a crossbody. Nice move there by Chance. Is it enough? Rhea nowhere to be seen now. Gets two, and Liv stays alive in this contest. The champs, plenty of resiliency as Katana missed there with the senton. As Rhea now will get tagged back in. Liv Morgan with the opportunity tags her partner back in. Chance quickly though trying to cut off any momentum Rhea's going to enter with. Drags her into her own corner. Tag is made. A little double team offense here. Springboard into the drop kick. Face first goes Ripley, and a great tag team offense there by the challengers. But Rhea back to her feet. Carter doesn't realize it and connects with a Northern Lights suplex. And Rhea now firmly in control. Carter in a lot of trouble here. As Ripley going to try the submission, going to try to make Kaden Carter tap out. She's close to the ropes. Can she get there? But Chance is not going to matter. We'll break it up. But has the damage been done? Chance tries to take care of Liv Morgan. Gets two and not going to be able to create the breakup. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan get the title defense. Enough damage was applied to the lower back. And Rhea able to put away Kaden Carter for their first successful title defense. It was a back and forth matchup. Definitely two of the best teams in WWE went on display here tonight. But it was the team of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan who were able to get it done and continue their championship reign. It's great to have Rhea Ripley back, and I can't wait to see what's more in store for these two women. Well, this next contest will be an interesting one to say the least, as it is the Battle of the Hollywood Stars. Well, that's what this man likes to call it, and is making his way to the ring first. Now residing in Hollywood, California, it is none other than The Miz, the self-proclaimed A-lister. And look who he has with him at ringside for his matchup tonight. His wife, Maurice, in the building. Miz bringing a little bit of backup, maybe a little bit scared of Logan Paul, to say the least, as The Miz gets ready to make his way to the ring. He gets ready to do battle with his former tag team partner, self-proclaimed A-lister. He's starred in movies. He's star of his own show, Miz and Mrs., with his wife Maurice, as that'll air on the USA Network on Mondays after Monday Night Raw. In case you didn't know, got to plug his TV show. Otherwise, The Miz will not be very happy. But he gets ready to do battle with none other than the YouTube media personality known as Logan Paul. Yes, Logan Paul gets ready to make his way to the ring for his second ever match in WWE. There he is, Logan Paul, with the trading card and all in his glory. Looks to take on his former tag team partner. This one stems all the way back from WrestleMania, when The Miz and Logan Paul were actually victorious in Paul's first ever matchup. But after the match, Miz, for whatever reason, planted with Logan Paul. Miz claims that he wasn't sure if Logan Paul was going to be back in WWE, so he just thought that Logan would want to do the right thing and do the favor for somebody else. And Miz took advantage of the opportunity, just like The Miz does in all of his WWE career. As Logan Paul, though, back in the WWE, signed a new contract, and he's ready to do battle here tonight. The fans in Nashville, Tennessee, greet the social media megastar, the true A-lister, in tonight's match. But he's in a different world now. It's in a WWE ring, one-on-one. The Miz, Logan Paul here at SummerSlam. And we are ready to go. Both superstars lock up, and quickly Miz will whip Logan Paul into the turnbuckle here. And there's a right-hand shot, or left-hand, excuse me. Miz connects with a boot to the face. Well, I wonder if that's going to be the story of this contest. Yes, Logan Paul, a very established boxer, phenomenal in that ring, but this is a WWE ring where The Miz has been a two-time WWE champion. He's been a two-time Grand Slam winner as well. This is an area where Miz has thrived in. And Logan Paul is coming to his world, so to speak, as now Miz is going to try to put him away. Gets a 1 count before Logan will kick out. Miz, yes, two-time Grand Slam winner. He's actually had a pretty good year this year. Unsuccessful, though, in challenging Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship just a couple of months ago, but he's looked very good in other stints. As Miz backs up Logan Paul on the top rope. There's these two former tag team partners, like we've said, and Miz going to drive and hang up Logan Paul on that middle rope. It's been all Miz here in the early going. Miz tried to host Logan Paul for an episode of Miz TV on the Raw after Money in the Bank, but it just turned into an ambush as the Miz had no intentions of hosting Paul for a talk show, just wanted to get the upper hand on his SummerSlam opponent, as there's a neck breaker to Paul. And Logan Paul sweeps the legs out from the Miz, though. This could be what he needs. This could be the opening he needs to get back in this contest. As Logan boot into the midsection, we talked about very accomplished boxer, multiple wins in his career. I mean, went to decision with Floyd Money Mayweather. Did not get knocked out by the greatest boxer of all time. So another accolade to Logan Paul, trying to answer into another world. As Miz, though, will try to cut him off. Maybe a little bit too over cocky is Logan Paul. As there's one trait that he does have. It is his pride, his ego. Logan Paul does have an ego. Is Miz again going to try to hang him up? As speaking of egos, I mean, I don't know if there's anybody bigger in WWE that has one than The Miz. Who, if you talk to him, he will tell you he is the greatest superstar of all time, the most must-see WWE champion of all time, a WrestleMania main eventer. Those, yes, you can't take that accolade away from The Miz. That did happen once upon a time. Let's kick to the midsection. Oh, this textbook Miz offense setting him up for that DDT, and he does connect. Down goes Paul. Miz in a very comfortable position here, as Paul, though, does have a boot underneath the rope. That will break up that pinfall. Logan's had a hard time sustaining offense in this matchup. Yes, he's been able to connect with a couple of moves here or there, but The Miz has been able to do what the veteran you would expect to do in this contest, and that's cut off Logan Paul any chance he gets. But now Paul, once again, trying to put some offense together, trying to get the crowd behind him. The Miz back to his feet, is going to cut that off with more strikes, changes levels now, and has a hold of Logan, is going to drive him face first into the mat. And that's just what I'm talking about. The veteran Miz cutting off Logan Paul at any opportunity. He's done a very good job of that. More right hand shots now to the skull. And The Miz now taunting the crowd like he does best. Maybe mocking Logan Paul a little bit. He was just trying to do the same thing just moments ago, as his wife Maurice does look on our ringside. Maurice has not got herself involved in this matchup just yet, but you got to worry about that threat. I'm not sure if Logan was planning on Miz bringing Maurice to ringside, as there's another DDT. And Paul again has to try to kick out, and he does. Only at a 1 count does The Miz. As he is basking in all the offense he's put together so far, but Logan again going to try to create himself an opening. Again, not sure if he can capitalize. Maybe going to the crowd a little too much here. Allows Miz to get back to his feet. But Paul this time does slip out the back door. Gets a hold of Miz. Drives him into the turnbuckle. This is your chance. But no, Miz again cuts him off with the elbow. And Logan Paul can't get sustained offense. Head first goes Logan. Miz quickly gets him back to his feet. He's going to look for this DDT time. Going to try to get the hat trick. And he does. A third DDT to Logan Paul. And The Miz, maybe seconds away from putting him away, gets 1, gets 2, and no. Logan Paul kicks out, and The Miz starting to show a little bit of frustration, but The Miz could be just moments away from putting him away. I think he's thinking skull-crushing finale here, and he connects with a skull-crushing finale. Down goes Logan Paul. The Miz connects. All he's got to do is cover Logan Paul, but The Miz just doing a lot of celebration here. I think he thinks he's won this matchup, as he is pandering to the fans, not making the cover. This is The Miz ego. I don't know why he's not making the cover. I think just wants to rub it in, wants to just say that this is all too easy. I mean, he definitely could have won the match there. As now Logan Paul getting back to his feet. Miz is going to try to finish the advantage now, but hold on, Logan Paul's going to catch him and connect with a suplex. Logan Paul back to his feet. Miz, maybe with a huge mistake, gets 2, paying homage to the late great Eddie Guerrero, connects with a third suplex. Miz in a lot of trouble here. Gets one. Oh, he does get the kick out, though. But the Miz went from just being a virtual lock to win this match to being on dire straits. Now Logan Paul trying to take advantage of the opportunity. Perched on the top rope, it connects with the frog splash. Paul with a frog splash. This for the big upset, and he gets it. Logan Paul pins the Miz, and the Miz threw this match away. He had it won, but Logan Paul takes advantage of the opportunity that the Miz virtually, literally gave to him. He connected with a skull-crushing finale, but instead of going for the pin, the Miz celebrated too early. And Logan Paul, in his second WWE match, is able to pick up the victories. 2-0 to his start. Wasn't an easy win, but it's a win nonetheless. And Logan Paul has notched a win over a two-time WWE champion and The Miz. What a crazy match that was. But next up, it is the SmackDown Women's Championship that is on the line in this next contest. And this is an interesting one, specifically because of the challenger, Lacey Evans, who makes her way to the ring. Lacey Evans recently come back from giving birth to her second child, and she's called out the baddest woman on the planet. And to Lacey's credit, I mean, she's laid out Ronda Rousey on multiple occasions. Yes, it's been from behind. Yes, it's been back assaults. But Lacey Evans, with that women's right, could have the secret weapon to knocking off the SmackDown Women's Champion here tonight. And speaking of the SmackDown Women's Champion, here she is getting ready to make her way to the ring. It is the rowdy one, Ronda Rousey, with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Again, nothing but business for Rousey. As you can tell, she is ready to go for this fight. She cannot wait to get her hands on Lacey Evans. And she's just moments away. There will be nowhere for Lacey to run. Cannot sneak attack Rousey in this matchup. She's got to bring it to the SmackDown Women's Champion. Something that not a lot of people have been able to do. We'll see if that women's right could be the difference maker in this next matchup, which is for that championship, the top prize in a SmackDown Women's division. The SmackDown Women's Championship is online as we head to the ring for championship introductions. Following contest scheduled for one fall is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Paris Island, South Carolina, Lacey Evans, and her opponent from Santa Monica, California, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. The gold is on the line. Both ladies look ready for this one as Ronda Rousey turns over the championship. And we get ready to make this one official. This will be an interesting contest. Who will walk away with that prize? As we get ready to find out. Will it be the challenger, Lacey Evans? Or will the champion retain, Ronda Rousey? Let's kick this one off as we are ready to go. This one is now live. And quickly they make it to the center of the ring. And it's Lacey Evans who gets the upper hand. And Evans with a right hand into the corner, quickly using that right hand shot. I think Ronda Rousey's got to do her best to try to avoid that in this contest. That women's right on multiple occasions has laid out the champion. This is something that Ronda has never had to deal with. She's never faced quite a competitor that's had the power in her hands like Lacey Evans has. Ronda Rousey's gone up against submission specialists like Charlotte and Becky Lynch. She's gone up against technical wrestlers like Sasha Banks, but she's never been up against somebody with power in her hands like Lacey Evans. She's trying to put it on display early. Rousey wisely going to try to counter, try to connect with a couple of strikes from Rowan. I mean, this is a Rousey is going to connect to, also has very good striking ability. Ronda Rousey, obviously former UFC Women's Champion. So I don't think Rousey wants to go completely away from the striking advantage, as she has that in her background, but she's just got to watch out for the hand. Rousey, when she was UFC Women's Champion, she lost the championship via knockout She was knocked out, so she was beat in a striking exchange. So if Lacey Evans could do that tonight in this matchup, she'll walk away women's champion. Now has a hold of Rousey and connects with a huge choke slam. That's the power I'm talking about. Lacey Evans brings to the table the former U.S. Marine who recently returned from her pregnancy and has looked very good since then. She beat Asuka a couple weeks ago on SmackDown to keep this one a one-on-one matchup. So Lacey Evans has got the victories. She sends Rousey to the outside, who holds on to the apron, but Rousey not going to get knocked to the floor. Tries to create a little bit of separation, but Evans persistent, and this time does drop her with a drop kick. Down goes Rousey. And Lacey Evans with control of the ring. She's going to allow Ronda to get back in, but she's going to connect her with more of these strikes. Ronda going to counter with one of her own. Now ties up the challenger and plants her arm on the canvas. So it might not be a bad idea to tie up the arms, try to do damage to those ligaments, not allow so much power to be had if that woman's right is to land. Now Ronda trying to get it into her wheelhouse, trying to set her up for an armbar submission. That's what makes Ronda so dangerous. And Lacey Evans has to avoid that one, because Lacey has not shied away from this contest. She's been bringing the fight to Ronda. She's brought it to Ronda past couple weeks on SmackDown, and she's brought it to her in the trash talking. Lacey Evans, don't forget, has told Ronda Rousey that she is a better mother than she is. So Lacey really trying to make this personal, maybe trying to throw Ronda off her game and win the psychological advantage. And I think that's allowed Lacey to get the upper hand in a couple times this matchup. I think Ronda maybe known to let her emotions get the best of her. But I think Evans doing maybe a little bit too much talking right there. Allows Rousey to get the upper hand. And she props Evans up on the ropes as she ties her up there. Now quickly going to try to go for a pinfall here. Gets one before Evans does kick out. As Rousey's got to keep her eyes on the prize this one. This one is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Let's kick to the midsection here. Rousey, though, has Evans on her shoulder. Maybe thinking Piper's pick there. Evans wisely going to slip out the back door and then swing her out with a neck breaker of her own. And then flips through with a nice splash. Nice move there by Evans. Nice combination offense there. Allowing Rousey a chance to breathe. As now has her up. Now going to try to package her down and stacks her up on the back of her knees, back of her legs. Rousey could be in a lot of trouble here. Evans to win the championship. Gets two, but Rousey does kick out. Ronda could be in a little bit of trouble here. Evans connected with the big move. Now looking to continue to take the fight to the champ. She'll not allow that to happen. Backs up the challenger. Is going to flip her through. Maybe thinking the submission here. Armbar, but Evans wisely gets a boot underneath the ropes. Not allows that armbar submission to get locked in for long. But Rousey going to try to get the cover anyway. Almost gets three. Actually thought she had it, but Evans does get the shoulder up. Rousey now in the driver's seat. And this is dangerous if you're Lacey Evans. She's going to sweep the legs, though. Rousey quickly back up to her feet. Going to catch Lacey a little bit off guard there. The strikes being exchanged back and forth. But Rousey with a huge combination drops her with a head kick. And Rousey has Lacey Evans right where she wants her, stomping on the arms. But Evans is going to try to not let that armbar submission get locked in, trying to catch a breather, but Ronda's not going to allow that to happen. Has her up on her shoulders, drags her up over the top rope. And now Ronda gets Lacey back to her feet. Evans, though, cuts her off and sends her to the outside. She hangs on to the top rope and gets hung up for good measure. Lacey Evans, beautiful move there. Going to try to follow to the outside, try to continue this pressure. And she connects with a roundhouse kick of her own. That drops the champ and then slams her face first for good effort. As these two continue to battle on the outside. This one's been hard-hitting. Plenty of strikes thrown. Plenty of hard-hitting action. As Lacey Evans goes head first into that outside post. And Ronda Rousey lays out Evans. Not content also with winning via the countout. She wants to beat Evans fair and square. She's not going to let those mom comments get away lightly, as now Evans just trying to throw Rousey away, trying to create some separation, get her head back on straight. Again, cuts off Ronda. She gets back to her feet, and now a couple of just sharp right hands, just quick shots right to the side of the temple. That does do some damage. He's roughing up now to a count of three. Now Ronda up on the shoulders of the challenger again. And gets hung up on the outside. Evans up count of 4, just trying to create some separation here. I think I'd like to apply the pressure. You can't win via count. You can't win the championship via the count out. Ronda now going to make her way back into the ring, and she catches Lacey Evans off guard. This time gets her right in the armbar. Evans gave Ronda too much of an opening and has no choice but to tap out. Ronda Rousey makes Evans submit and retains the SmackDown Women's Championship here tonight. It was a hard-hitting one. It was not easy for Ronda. She took plenty of offense in this matchup. She was able to walk away victorious. We saw that package driver, high stack. But Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, stays your SmackDown Women's Champion. Let's wait a second. From behind, Evans with the hold of Rousey connects with her right hand. The women's right. Down goes Rousey. And Lacey Evans not done. Upset that she lost this matchup. And she now has a steel chair in hand and is looking to inflict more damage. Rousey avoids the shot though, but can't avoid the shot to the midsection. And Evans with a couple of chair shots. But wait a second. Becky Lynch, Miss Money in the Bank, is here. Well, I thought she got laid out earlier tonight. I thought Becky Lynch was in no condition to compete. Well, it seems like that was a lie. And it seems like it might have been for a bigger picture as Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring with the Money in the Bank contract. She can cash in right here, right now, and she's going to. Lynch cashing in the briefcase. We have a SmackDown Women's Championship match. Lynch, Rousey just took a couple of chair shots from Lacey Evans and went a full physical battle. She is not at 100%, and Becky Lynch looking to try to take the advantage fresh, not showing any signs of any sort of backstage assault. I think that was a lie. Becky Lynch trying to set up this opportunity for a cash-in later. Knew Ronda Rousey would go through a match with Lacey Evans. Knew she would be right for the picking. And Becky Lynch trying to master her plan is all over the champion here. Lynch taking it to her old rival. Connects again with the leg drop. Trying to go for it again and connects. Ronda Rousey in a lot of trouble here. But hold on. Kick to the face. Trying to keep some separation. As Rousey sends Lynch to the outside. And down goes the Miss Money in the Bank. This could have been a big mistake for Lynch. But Rousey trying to be separated there by the official. She's going to make her way to the outside. And Lynch there, that might not have been a good option as she connects with a double underhook suplex. Rousey, there's that midsection again, was targeted by those steel chair shots. Lynch now knee to the face. This one is for, yes, the SmackDown Women's Championship. Lynch has cashed in her Money in the Bank contract to make this one official. An impromptu match. Rousey just went through a battle for the Women's Championship to retain it. But Lynch here tonight trying to win a championship. Maybe thinking a Beck-Sploder suplex on the outside. Beck-Sploder to Rousey. Ref up to a count of 6, though. If you're Lynch, you got to be wary of that. You can't win the championship via the count out. Ref up now to a count of 7. Lynch is going to realize this and sling Rousey across the way. She's going to enter the ring, and Rousey not going to take this one. She's going to roll back in as well. Don't know if that's the wise decision. As now Lynch looks to flip through with another double under suplex, but Rousey lands on her feet. Now gets Lynch on her shoulders and gets met with a Samoan drop. Rousey now with the upper hand. Lynch could be in a lot of trouble. You see Rousey starting to target that arm. Going to try to lock in the submission. And she's pulling away at those joints. Lynch could be in a lot of trouble here. Rousey just repeated stomps into the chest of Becky Lynch, trying to put her away here. Goes for the cover, gets a 1 count though, but Becky does kick out and stays alive in this contest. Well, I knew Drew McIntyre would cash in his Money in the Bank contract later tonight, but I did not think we technically have 2 cash-ins here tonight as Lynch connects with a nice suplex. Doesn't hold the bridge though. And Rousey's back to her feet. Lynch, though, does cut her off. Becky with a couple of combination strikes. Backs Ronda into the corner. the champion. In a lot of trouble here. Gets driven headfirst into the turnbuckle. And now Lynch back on the offense. Ties up the leg of Ronda. And now, goes for the big shot. And now Rousey's going to cut her off. But Lynch again ducks as well. And now going to go for the Beck Exploder again. Connects another Beck Exploder by Becky. And now Ronda in a lot of trouble, gets taken back to her feet. Lynch to the midsection, trying to set her up for that manhandle slam, and she does. The manhandle slam by Becky. 1, 2, and yes, Becky Lynch cashes in and is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. It wasn't easy, but Becky Lynch has stolen the SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey went through a physical battle from Lacey Evans, got attacked after the bell, and Becky Lynch, who was supposedly laid out to begin tonight's show, is now your new SmackDown Women's Champion. You gotta be kidding me. Highway robbery here in Nashville, Tennessee. But it doesn't change the facts. Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Well, this next one is going to be a hoss fight. The two baddest superstars in the WWE get ready to square at it, making his way to the ring first. The Beast Incarnate gets another shot at the WWE Championship. There he is. Brock Lesnar gets ready for this title matchup. And he looks ready to go. But hold on a second. Wait, Omos? That's Omos from behind. Lesnar doesn't realize it, and Omos lays him out in the aisleway. Omos assaulting Lesnar before his match. Well, we remember on Raw, Lesnar laid out Omos with an F5. Omos getting a little bit of payback in the biggest way possible right before a championship match. Omos has attacked Lesnar, excuse me, and continues to rain it on. Officials telling him to go to the back. Omos will finally oblige. But I think the damage has been done. Lesnar will make his way back to his feet, and he'll go on to the ring. So Lesnar still wants to have this match take place, despite the beatdown that he just suffered at the hands of Omos. You have to wonder, is Lesnar 100% going into a WWE Championship match against this man right here, Bobby Lashley, who has been nothing short of dominant since winning that championship. He's defended the title against anybody and everybody since winning it back at Backlash, where Lesnar was a part of that triple threat matchup. He actually beat and pinned Lesnar in that matchup in order to win the title. As he gets ready to make his way and get ready. Well, I don't think Lashley had anything to do with that attack, but he's probably pretty happy knowing that Lesnar is not going to be at 100% going into this contest. But Lashley never one to back down from a fight. Same thing with Lesnar. That's why these two are the baddest superstars in the WWE. The WWE Champion looks ready to go as we get ready to make this one official as he poses for the fans here. As he awaits Brock Lesnar. Lashley and Lesnar 2 as we get ready for the WWE Championship being on the line. The top prize in our industry. Most herald prize. Let's send it down for championship introductions. Following contest scheduled for one fall is for the WWE Championship. First, the challenger from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar. And his opponents from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds. He is the WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. So this one is almost official. We're almost ready to go. Despite the Omos attack, we're still going to have this WWE Championship matchup, as it's going to be for that prize. Lesnar knows what's at stake. He's not going to back down from this as we get ready to fight it out for the WWE Championship. Lashley, Lesnar 2 here at SummerSlam. Let's get into it. And here we go. We're ready to go for this WWE Championship matchup. Both superstars quickly to the center of the ring and wasting no time throwing strikes. Lesnar trying to come out the gate hot, sends Lashley into the ropes, and they collide shoulders. No one looking to budge. As now Lashley, though, kick to the midsection, connects with the vertical Fisherman Brainbuster. Nice move there by Lesnar. Holds the cover here early and gets a 1 count on the WWE Champion. Well, Lesnar did suffer that attack early on. He'd like to end this one quickly. You know, he's probably still feeling the effects. He's obviously not going to show it, but Lesnar, a quick win would do wonders in order to help him survive. As Lashley, I feel like the longer this one goes, favors the champion. Lesnar again, another suplex attempt. Down goes the champ. Very interesting combination there. As now Lesnar again gets Lashley up and connects with another one of those Fisherman Brainbusters. Lesnar trying to pour on the offense early, but Lashley back to his feet. He's going to cut off the champ, and then our challenger. It's a nice sidewalk slam, and Lashley just like that with the advantage, but Lesnar back to his feet. Gets a hold of the champion. He's going to send him into the far turnbuckle here. Look to follow up with a couple of strikes into the midsection. Lefts and rights and a right on the nose for good measure. And then just tosses the champion, all 273 pounds, halfway across the ring. Impressive power there by the Beast. Now gets a 2 count, but Lashley able to kick out. Lesnar's look very good in this contest. Now a belly-to-belly suplex. Down goes Lashley again, and he's quickly being introduced to Suplex City, as this one has been all Lesnar, excuse me, in the early portions. Now Lesnar trying to set him up for an armbar submission, and also hold the leg knee bar, but Lashley able to get that right foot underneath the rope. Well, this is the second encounter between these two. They did battle at the Royal Rumble, where Lashley was the challenger and Lesnar was the champion. Lashley able to win the championship on that night. It was not a fair win nonetheless, as remember Roman Reigns got involved in that contest, allowing Lashley to regain the WWE Championship as he gets dumped to the outside. And Lesnar has wanted a rematch ever since, and he gets it here tonight. He confronted Lashley on Raw a couple weeks ago, attacked him with an F5, called his shot, and Lashley was more than willing to give Lesnar a chance at the WWE Championship. Lashley believes that Lesnar is just a Bobby Lashley wannabe, as there's a nice power bomb on the outside. And he's looking to prove it here. Unfortunately, you know, Lashley not going to be able to get up Lesnar at 100% thanks to Omos. As Lashley and Lesnar continue to go at it on the outside. Now from behind, here's Lesnar, and just tosses Lashley again. Another suplex, this time on the outside. As the ref up to a count of 5 here, as Lashley trying to get some more offense in. Lesnar will cut him off. Double underhook, and Lashley with a nice counter. Down goes the Beast. Ref up to a count of 6. Both superstars got to start to make their way back into the ring. He's now from behind. Lashley with a back suplex of his own takes Lesnar to Suplex City himself, up to a count of 7 now. As Lashley gets Lesnar back to his feet and just throws him across the ringside apron. Lashley's going to make it back into the ring. He's going to quickly go to the outside. Lashley doesn't want to win via the counter. He wants to beat Lesnar fair and square, just like he did. He's at the Royal Rumble. He wants a victory over Lesnar. That was not fair and square, but it was a win nonetheless. And then these two went to battle at Backlash in that triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns was the champion, was not involved in the decision. Lashley again pinned Lesnar that night. So Lashley owns 2 pinfalls over Brock Lesnar. Not many superstars can say they've done that. As ref up to a count of 4 as these two continue to do battle on the outside. Now Lashley will bring Lesnar back in the ring. The almighty champion looking to get a hold of him, but no, Lesnar quickly back to his feet. Maybe surprise the champion there. I think Lashley wanted Lesnar to get back to his feet, but wasn't ready for that one. But now Lashley quickly has him up on his shoulders with the Dominator. Out of nowhere, the Dominator to Brock Lesnar gets 2, and no, Lesnar gets the right shoulder up. Bobby Lashley almost had him put away with the Dominator. You have to wonder how much is Lesnar still feeling the effects. Now a shot. Lashley from behind, trying to lock him in the hurt lock. I think he's got it locked in. Lesnar in the hurt lock. Could be in a lot of trouble here, Lesnar. You know, he's probably not going to tap out, but he could be fading as Lesnar breaks the grip and gets out of the hurt lock. So beautiful counter there by Lesnar. Doesn't allow himself to fade and sends Lashley up over to the outside on the apron. He holds on. Shots, right hand shot, but Lashley's still holding on. And Lesnar in response, going to bring it back in the ring the hard way. As Lesnar gets Lashley back up to his feet from behind here, looking to take him to Suplex City, but no, Lashley going to reverse and hit him with a German suplex of his own. Down goes Lesnar. If you remember, it was those German suplexes at the Royal Rumble that hurt Lashley's shoulder. And that shoulder ended up making him have to not compete in the Elimination Chamber, as well as a concussion. Never lost his championship by getting pinned. And Lashley was able to win the championship back, but that shoulder could be a target as this match continues on. As Lashley the gut to the midsection, and Lesnar in response just throws him halfway across the ring again. Now Brock with a front and hits him with a nice suplex. Just more pouring it on. Just suplex after suplex after suplex. It takes a toll on the body, but Lashley caught Lesnar coming in, hits a nice gut wrench of his own. Now the champion's standing tall. Now they're both quickly back to their feet. Lesnar on the shoulders of Lashley. Is Bobby going to put him in the corner? Snake eyes him, and Lesnar can be seeing a little bit of stars here. Going to quickly, though, fight out of the corner. Back to the center of the ring they go, and then Lashley quickly going to throw bombs at the challenger. Gets a hold of the Beast. Going to throw him over the top rope. He holds on the apron. Shot, though. Lashley, what does he have in mind here? Looking to follow up. Is he thinking back suplex on the apron? He is on. Down it goes Lesnar, spine across the hardest part of the ring. And you know that has got to hurt. As Lashley now targeting the lower body, plants him head first into the apron. Down goes the Beast. And it's the almighty WWE Champion who's standing strong and to pour on more left-hand shots on the outside. Lashley looking good here. Lesnar starting to get into the deeper stages of this contest. He's got to start trying to put away the champ. But nobody's been able to put away Lashley, during this run. Lashley with a beautiful delayed vertical suplex. Look at the power on display by Lashley here. He has Lesnar up with one hand and falls away into the suplex. We've seen Lashley do that before, but not to a man the size of Brock Lesnar. 286 pounds is Brock, and that is not an easy man to hold up for that long period of time. So Lashley will break the count, look to do some more damage here on the outside. He has more strikes. And again, plants Lesnar face first. I think he might have caught some of the steel stairs there. That could have been very bad for Lesnar. I think he got away. Very fortunate for that one, as maybe he didn't catch it. I thought maybe he did, but Lesnar not really showing any effects right now as both superstars back to their feet. And Lashley will send Lesnar again across the ringside area. These two just cannot contain it in the ring. These two will do battle wherever they possibly can. As a gutbuster now by Lashley onto Lesnar. As the almighty WWE Champion has been very much that during his third reign with the belt. Won it back at Backlash. Has title defenses. He's beaten The Miz. He's beaten Seth freaking Rollins. Lashley showing no signs of slowing down as he's taking the fight here to Lesnar. The breath up to a count of 6 now. But Lashley again is going to break the count. Doesn't want to beat Lesnar by count out. He's shown that time and time again during this match. He's now looking for another suplex on the outside. He does connect. Now Lashley is trying to give a breather, create some separation between him and Lesnar. Lesnar will look to take this one back to the ring, try to take the high ground here. And now he's going to go to the outside. He's going to chase the champion. I'm not sure if that's a wise decision, as I think Lashley might have suckered him in a little bit and connects more shots into that lower abdomen. That's taken a lot of punishment between Lashley and Omos. Now Lashley telling Lesnar, let's bring this one back in the ring. And Lesnar will oblige. Both make it back in. Oh, I think Lashley might have tried to catch him with a spear. Lesnar saw it coming, and now there's a German suplex. Lashley taking another trip to Suplex City, a second one. Lesnar holds on to the grip, thinking the hat trick, and he does. 3 German suplexes. Down goes the champion. Lashley in a lot of trouble here. Lesnar back up to his feet. Has Lashley on his shoulders, thinking F5. Can he connect with it? He can! And F5. Lesnar just moments away from winning back the WWE Championship. But no, Lashley gets the shoulder up. He survives the F5. 5. And this match will continue. Oh, Lesnar, I thought he was going to have it there. I thought he was going to win another world championship. But Lashley took the best shot and stays alive in this contest. As now Lashley with the upper hand. Got a hold of Lesnar. Shot, turns him around, looking for a hurt lock again, but this time he's in the rope, so he has to relieve it. Can't get much pressure in there, but Lashley thinks he's done enough to win the championship here. He gets 2. Lesnar in a lot of trouble and barely kicks out. Lashley wants a faster count. He wants to put away the beast. I don't blame him. You got to end this one while he can. Gets it back to his feet, connects with a spear. Down goes Lesnar with the spear. How much more can he take? Well, the answer is none. Bobby Lashley gets it done with the spear. The one move that has been Brock Lesnar's Achilles heel has been that spear. Lesnar can take anything, but he just cannot find an answer for it. And Bobby Lashley notches a huge title defense over Brock Lesnar. Yes, he might have had some help before the bell via Omos. And you have to wonder how much that took out of Lesnar and what is the repercussions for that. But in the record books, it's going to be another title defense for Bobby Lashley's almighty reign continues. Well, for our main event, next episode on Monday Night Raw, we will have the WWE Draft. It is WWE Draft Week coming up here on the channel. Superstars from Raw and SmackDown will be on the move as we usher in another season here as we get into the fall months. But now it's time for the main event, the match we have been waiting for months. Finally comes to a head here at SummerSlam. As making his way to the ring, here is Mr. Money in the Bank, Drew McIntyre, who we've heard and we know is cashing in his contract. He's already officially done it, which is why he doesn't have the briefcase with him, as this one is being made official. Drew McIntyre for months has wanted his hands on Roman Reigns, and he finally gets the opportunity. He had to go through 7 under superstars to win Money in the Bank to even have a shot at the Universal Championship. And Drew McIntyre did it and wasted no time. Just 6 days later at Friday Night SmackDown, called out Roman Reigns, said he's cashing in at this event, which is why this main event has been made official. The Scottish Warrior looks ready to go, and he is going to have a fair shot. Roman Reigns will not have the Usos at ringside. McIntyre won against Jey Uso on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, so the Usos are banned. So Roman Reigns has to go at it alone. Nobody with Roman Reigns here tonight as he gets ready to make his way to the ring. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Universal Champion, gets ready to make his grand entrance here in Nashville, Tennessee. And there he is. And look who's at the side of Roman Reigns. We haven't seen Paul Heyman in a couple of months, but he is back. Well, Roman Reigns, you knew he was going to have something up his sleeve, as Paul Heyman, who got taken out a couple months ago by Drew McIntyre, who connected with a Claymore kick. He Claymore kicked Paul Heyman, who, when he put him in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Paul Heyman has been out since June with a broken jaw. Well, Roman Reigns knew he wasn't going to have the Usos at ringside for this contest, so it only makes sense that he call upon Paul Heyman, who's finally back and healthy, to accompany him to the ring for this contest. The Universal Champion, always one step ahead, which is why he's been champion for 699 days. Roman Reigns has been the Universal Champion, by far the longest reign in that championship's history. And only 4 men have held a world championship longer than Roman has in WWE. And we know the list: Hulk Hogan, Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund, Bruno San Martino, the only 4 superstars to ever hold a world championship longer than Roman Reigns has. It has been a historic reign, no doubt about it. He's beaten Hall of Famers down the board, but he faces arguably his biggest challenger tonight in Drew McIntyre, which is why this one is so big, and there's no Usos to help out. If the Usos get involved, Reigns loses the championship. So a lot on the line, but Roman Reigns looks as confident as ever. Doesn't look like anything is phasing him as the champion holds it high above his head. But could this be the last time we see this image? It's almost about time. The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the Universal Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 265 pounds, Drew McIntyre. And his opponents from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Well, I don't think there is anybody sitting down for this one. A huge big fight field here in Nissan Stadium. 40,000 plus packed in here to see this matchup. The Universal Championship on the line in our main event. It is a big one. Will it be Drew McIntyre or will it be Roman Reigns? Let's find out who will walk away Universal Champion as both superstars waste no time squaring up in the middle of the ring. Trade shots early, and it looks like it's going to be Roman who gets the first punch. Connects with a neck breaker. Down goes the Scottish Warrior. And Roman Reigns has been champion for 699 days. Just one day away from 700 if he wins here tonight. And we know the list. Roman Reigns, he's beaten the likes of Brock Lesnar. He's beaten his own cousin Jey Uso. He's beaten Kevin Owens, John Cena, Edge, Seth Rollins, Goldberg. I mean, anybody who stepped in front of Roman Reigns, he has knocked off. But he hasn't faced, never in his championship defense, has he had to defend the title against Drew McIntyre. These two have only gone one-on-one during this Tribal Chief run back at Survivor Series. And Roman Reigns actually was victorious on that night. So Roman knows he can beat Drew McIntyre. He just has to do it here again. That was 2 years ago. And McIntyre has not forgot about that loss. He was WWE Champion at the time. It's been a little bit since he's held World Championship gold, but McIntyre wants to get back to the top of the mountain as he has the Tribal Chief up and he places him on the apron. And there, right there, could be the X Factor. Paul Heyman at ringside for this matchup. We did not know this one was coming. I don't think Drew McIntyre knew Heyman would be in the corner of Reigns. He's been nursing that broken jaw for quite some time, courtesy of the Claymore kick that McIntyre induced. But Heyman is in the corner of Reigns. We talked about Reigns in the past couple of months. He's had some hard title defenses against Sheamus and Xavier Woods, and he didn't have his manager in his corner to help him with that. But he has him in his corner tonight, but I don't think it's helping him right now as Reigns gets met with a consecutive power bombs there. As McIntyre might have the power advantage in this one. Something Reigns also has had to face a lot. He's usually the bigger man, but McIntyre taking it to him with a spine buster there. And now looking to continue the attack. The challenger with the early advantage. He's been through everybody trying to get a shot at Reigns. Tried to get the tag team championships away from the Usos. That didn't work when they got themselves intentionally disqualified. Tried to get a one-on-one shot at Roman Reigns. That didn't work when he got placed in Money in the Bank. Well, he won the ladder match, cashing in his briefcase here tonight. And now there's no denying that McIntyre has what he wants right in front of him. He's just got to get the final step and beat Roman tonight. And history shows McIntyre might have the numbers on his side. Yes, he's cashing in advance, but Money in the Bank cash-in winners have an 80% chance of success rate. McIntyre trying to add to that tonight, gets 2 and almost gets the Universal Championship. Doesn't get it there, though, but McIntyre has been full control of this contest. He just gets the champ back to his feet and just throws him halfway across the ring and is just daring Roman Reigns to bring it to him. This is how confident McIntyre is. Or the champion now, but Reigns going to try to fight back. A couple of elbow strikes to the midsection. Trying to create some space. Get himself back in it, and he connects with a Superman punch out of nowhere. And that's the deadliness of Reigns. And we know what usually follows the Superman punch. Reigns trying to end this one early. Looking for the spear. McIntyre turns around, and he gets met with a huge spear early on in this contest. Reigns delivers the shot to McIntyre. This to continue to 700 days as champion, but no. McIntyre gets the shoulder up, stays alive in this contest. And what a moment that was. McIntyre, who's been on top for most of this matchup, including right now, just got met with a spear, though. So that takes a toll on him. Maybe Reigns didn't do enough before the spear, as now he gets met with a future shock DDT. But that was the best shot that Reigns gave. You know McIntyre's going to be feeling that. But speaking of best shot, McIntyre looking to answer with a Claymore kick. Reigns in position, gets met with a Claymore kick. Down goes the champ. We might have a new champion. McIntyre gets two, but Roman gets the shoulder up. McIntyre fires back with his best shot. A Claymore kick to the champion, right to the face. But Reigns kicks out. And this match continues. This is why these two are doing battle over the Universal Championship. The resiliency is unmatched between these two. Just took the best shot of each other. And we're back to square one. Both superstars back on their feet, trading strikes. Somebody's trying to get the upper hand over each other. McIntyre stomps to the midsection. The night's been so far here tonight. It's been a phenomenal action here on SummerSlam. We've had great matches up and down the card. And we just got to finish off with this one. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far, as I know I have. As Reigns now with a hold of McIntyre. Connects a nice suplex. Takes the Scottish Warrior off his feet. Going to quickly try to follow up with the offense. As he gets him back to his feet. Oh, he went for a big Superman punch. Tried to connect with it again. This time McIntyre saw it coming. He avoided it. And now has Reigns up. Look at the power of McIntyre. Delayed vertical suplex, just marching in place, and drops the Tribal Chief. McIntyre now in firm control. But they make it back to their feet. And Reigns looking to slow down any momentum there with a neck breaker. McIntyre now with a hold of Reigns. These two superstars continuing to go at it. Will it be the champion, or will it be Mr. Money in the Bank, as McIntyre looking to feel himself here as he gets a hold of Reigns and connects to the next breaker of his own. Both superstars continue to trade shots. And right now, it's the challenger standing tall, the former two-time WWE champion, firing strikes lefts and rights on Reigns. Backs up the champ. Now has a hold of him. He's going to prop him up against the ropes. And McIntyre with a boot across the chest. Just looking to wear down the champion. We know this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a war. Both superstars tried to put it away early. Both were unable to do so, as McIntyre now looking to try to go for the cover again, but only gets a 1 count. Both took each other's best shot, but they keep on going. As McIntyre misses the drop kick to the back of the skull, Reigns moves out the way and connects with a nice right, looking to maintain and regroup the momentum. And now Reigns starting to do that trademark trash talk as he looks to wear down his competitors. With a rear chin lock here. Reigns not afraid to tell you during the match how he feels, as he gets met, though, with a third spine buster. I'm sure that didn't feel good for the champion. He's quickly back up to his feet. Went for a big Superman punch. Again, missed it. So Reigns 1 for 3 on the night with a Superman punch, but he connects with a nice Bull Nelson suplex there to McIntyre. Reigns goes for it a 4th time, but misses out. So Reigns desperately now trying to land that Superman punch. I think he realizes that he needs to put McIntyre away, as he's desperately, though, trying to go to the same move. That could come back to bite you, as it is right here. McIntyre again sidestepping the Superman punch, and now still able to hold momentum, but Reigns out the back door, rolls him up here, could be in trouble. McIntyre quickly kicks out. And Reigns cuts off McIntyre. Deadlift gut wrench of his own. Reigns with a beautiful power on display. Slams down McIntyre. And now Reigns kicked to the midsection here, trying to choke the life out of Drew McIntyre. Front face lock here. McIntyre going to fight out from underneath. Couple of shots. That breaks the hold. And the challenger with the champion up on his shoulders, hangs him up over the top rope. That to the trachea of the champion. As the dual shock battery is running low, but my batteries are not running low. These two will continue. I will continue to call the action until this one is over. There's a future shock DDT. McIntyre to try to put him away, but gets the 2 counts. And McIntyre maybe closing in, starting to wear down the champion. He's going to try for a second Claymore kick. This could net him the championship if he takes him to Claymore country again, and he does. Claymore on the jaw. New champion. New champion. No, we do not have one. Roman Reigns kicks out again. A second Claymore kick was not enough, and this one continues. That is why Roman has been champion for over 690 days. Because of moments like this. Reigns just a month shy of a 2-year title reign. And I don't think he's going to give that up easy. Not many superstars can hold a championship for 2 years as Reigns catches McIntyre coming in. And now back in control. Look at this. Takes 2 Claymore kicks and is still standing tall. What a match this one has been. As McIntyre back up again. Reigns drops him again with a right. And I think Reigns is going to try to go for a second spear. McIntyre, you can see, wobbling on his feet. I don't know if he could take another one of these, and he does. A second spear to McIntyre. Almost cuts him in half. The Scottish Warrior is down. Gets 1, gets 2. But no! McIntyre kicks out as well, and Reigns can't believe it. Meanwhile, Heyman has introduced a steel chair into the ring. That ref has quickly thrown that one out. This is not no disqualification. We want a crown a winner here. And I don't know, this one, we could be here all night unless somebody disqualifies himself. It's now Reigns, a little bit of frustration here with consecutive power bombs of his own to Drew McIntyre. 2 power bombs to the Scottish Warrior. Reigns doing all he can to put away the challenger. Puts him up, slams him down. And McIntyre could be in trouble here. Reigns again going to shoot the half. Is this enough to put away? McIntyre gets 2, but no, it doesn't get the 3 still. McIntyre stays in this contest. Trying to use the ropes to pull him up. Reigns starting to get frustrated. This is where having Heyman in your corner will help you. He's there to calm you down as he connects with a Superman punch. That one finally lands. 2 for 5 on the night. And quickly gets McIntyre back to his feet, trying to follow up. Has him up on his shoulders. Going to go to the far turnbuckle and snake eyes him in the corner. Reigns now starting to get back in the groove. I think Paul Heyman might have had a little bit of help in that. And McIntyre could be in a lot of trouble here. Cover again. Reigns. McIntyre has to kick out if he wants to keep this one going, and he does. Kick out at 2. And Reigns again. Hold of McIntyre. Maybe thinking a guillotine choke. McIntyre trying to create some separation. Both superstars collide in the center of the ring. As who will get the upper hand here? It looks like it's going to be Reigns from behind. It's going to lift McIntyre up and plant him with a nice blue thunder bomb. We'll see that at Reigns very often, but McIntyre quickly rolls him over and connects with a couple of shots. Gets the champ now back to his feet. Kick to the midsection as he thinking another future shock DDT. Is a third future shock DDT to the champ. Is that enough to end the historic reign? And no, it is not. Almost. But Reigns kick out Heyman. Maybe a little bit of shock on his face as McIntyre again going to try to line him up. 3, 2, 1. Claymore kick. The hat trick. A third Claymore kick to Reigns. And Reigns still kicks out. A third Claymore kick. And Roman Reigns shoots the right shoulder up. And Reigns quickly back to his feet. Try to catch him with a Superman punch. Not sure if Reigns fully knows where he's at. Hasn't even come close to connecting with that. Maybe a little bit of desperation. And I think if you're McIntyre, yes, he's kicked out of 3 Claymore kicks. What's that doing to your psyche? And McIntyre has got to smell blood in the water. You got to put Reigns away. There's no way he is 100% in this contest as he connects there with another Superman punch. Reigns now just desperately trying to put McIntyre away. He still can't do it, as this has been a war in this matchup. Both superstars back to their feet. McIntyre now whips Reigns into the far turnbuckle, looking to follow up, and oh, the ref gets caught. Reigns now asking for a chair. The ref is down. Reigns with a chair to the back, but no, McIntyre connects with a Claymore kick out of nowhere, but the referee is down, and wait a second, from behind, Solo Sikoa with a chair shot. That's the brother of the Usos. The ref never saw any of it, and now Roman Reigns connects with a spear. I cannot believe what we just saw. It cannot end like this. No, kick out Drew, and he can't. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. Oh, what a tainted ending to a phenomenal match. Roman Reigns, at the end of the day, retains. It wasn't the Usos who helped him. It was none other than Solo Sikoa, the NXT superstar, another member of the Bloodline. The brother of the Usos was in the back pocket of Reigns. Reigns knew the Usos could not get involved in this matchup, but Reigns had a backup plan, and it works out tonight. Reigns retains the Universal Championship. He'll see 700 days, but I don't think McIntyre is going to be very happy with that ending. But that's all we have time for you guys tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. What a show this has been. It has taken me a long time to put together, but I absolutely enjoyed every minute of this, and I hope you guys did as well. If you watched the entire thing, in the comment section below, leave the word SummerSlam so I know you watched it to the end. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content, we got a lot ramping up here. The WWE Draft is coming. Clash at the Castle is next. Another stadium show. And I can't wait for all of it to unfold here on the channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. We're so close to 900 and 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have got to this point without you. But it's been a long episode. I'm going to leave you guys here. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.